Okay, so welcome traders. I am okay. I can see we're streaming now. So let me just get going on this. So I've actually had a down week. I've had one of my. I have not had a fantastic week. I've had a lot of my. I got stopped out on a few stuff. I'll take you through it. But a lot of this choppiness, not ideal, and I want to just keep going because there are obviously the worst annoying periods are when you shift from a trend out of a trend and then kind of decide what to do next. Okay, so Euro, I'm not seeing anything at this time. I'm waiting for that to form a new downtrend. Sterling has corrected. I'd be looking for a bullish candle here. A second down day or another bullish candle here as a clue if it's going to continue to the upside. But again, from the last couple of nights, there seems to be more evidence that the dollar is strengthening. And so when we get to the dollar CAD, dollar Swissy, dollar yen, it looks like there's a lot of moves to the side. If you hear rustling, it's my dog who's playing with a fox toy thing. Okay, so this is still range bound. So I was looking at Aussie dollar. There's nothing there. There's no setups there. Kiwi dollar, it's still range bound. So we could potentially just be in for that. We could just, you've heard that expression, sell in May and go away. We could be just entering a period of but a couple of years ago we had a lot of moves on oil when nothing else is happening. Nevertheless, the point here is that if we see a valid setup, we should ideally take it. Now, I just wanted to mention that we do still have the possibility here of another bullish candle on dollar yen. It's range bound. Everything looks range bound. Kiwi dollar, Aussie dollar, everything looks range bound. Dollar Swissy, I'm still nice and bullish on that. I really like that. So I still expect that to continue to go higher. So that looks good. Dollar CAD is really good. It's a really nice move. So I highlighted this yesterday. I've taken that trade. So that trade is profitable. So a couple of trades that I've got open trades and I'm in profit, but there's a couple of others I just got whacked on. This is now an outside bullish candle. I'd like to see it I'd like to see another bullish candle or a bearish candle as a signal that this is potentially going to continue to the downside, or we might find that because everything's range bound, it's just going to start going up. If you look at it here on the bigger picture, it's got higher lows and high highs, and it's bouncing off the 50-period moving average. So if it finishes as a bullish weekly candle, it's likely to go up to the top rather than change. So you've always got this constant, what's happening on the daily or what's happening on the one time frame versus what's happening on the higher time frame. Euro yen. Okay, continue down. So there's no setup from yesterday, no difference. Euro Swissy, I actually got stopped out of this one. I got in on the 4 hour on a much lower time frame and got stopped out, and then it just subsequently still looks a bit bullish to me. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I want to see if there's going to be another possible thing here. So I'm just going to update my list. Today is the 11th. Dollar yen, that's fine. That's on it. Euro Swissy was the other one. Just wait and see. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll wait till the morning. I'm usually at my desk somewhere between 6:15 and 7 a.m. So if I'm here early, I'll come here. I'll come back and because I want to wrap up now for the evening. I don't want to be here at 10. So I'll just come back first thing in the morning. And most of the time, nothing has happened overnight. So if it has set up at the 10 p.m. candle, there's usually still an opportunity to enter overnight. Euro CAD, again, this looks like a nice bullish setup within an uptrend. So it's a bullish engulfing candle. So I'm inclined to kind of go lean bullish on this one. Yeah. So whereas, excuse me, what we've obviously done is we've broken underneath the 20-period moving average. So actually we should be looking for a possible shift to the downside now. We should be looking for bearish signals, but it's just there's a lot going on with that. It's got the potential to continue up from the weekly or to continue down on the daily. It's very mixed. So I really think I should potentially wait for tomorrow's Friday, just wait for the week to finish to see what's going on there. Euro Aussie, similar setup, guys. It's an uptrend on the weekly, and it could finish as a bullish candle. So possibly all of the Euro pairs, Euro Aussie, Euro Kiwi, they have the setup for that. So there's no setups here anyway. Not seeing anything there. Pound yen, no. Pound Swissy, I got stopped out of. So triggered out. I got a really nice consolidation. Breakout, stopped out of. Okay, so that was annoying, but it's a valid trade idea. It was a consolidation breakout to the upside. Now, if I had placed my entry above the high of, so this is where we could do a quick trade review. If it's an uptrend, I place my entry above the high, the consolidation, breakout, stop loss below the low. What I could have done was entry above there, stop loss below the low here, or entry above the high of that candle, stop loss below the consolidation. So I would not have been triggered out, triggered in, and therefore stopped out. So that was a losing trade today. That's annoying. Pound CAD is just all over the place there, so there's no setup just yet. And again, I find this interesting as another setup here for Pound Aussie. Okay, it's just trying to find support here, and there is a possibility there. Is that on my list? Yep, that's on my list from yesterday. Pound Kiwi also is a pullback into this level, so, and it's also potentially the top of a range. So there's a lot of conflicting signals. If you're seeing that, then you're not alone. Excuse me. Oh, so here, I think Aussie CAD, I think I'm still in on the trade, but I got triggered in on that one. So it looked really nice. I'm expecting a higher low here, but it can't quite seem to break out of this range, and I would really like it to do that. So we're going to have to see what happens there. Aussie Swissy, still a nice double bottom. And actually what I'm expecting it to do here is to continue up from here. So I'm looking for this to go up from here. So in other words, it's break the high here, potentially break above here. I'm looking for that to do a continuation. So Aussie Swissy, I'd be looking for, yeah, higher low. Aussie Yen, yeah, that one just reversed. So there was nothing happened here. There wasn't a setup there. It just was looking to see what happens with the yen pairs. The yen pairs are really not showing anything. That has kind of taken off. It's triggered me in. I'm still in on the trade, so nothing there. Kiwi Swissy, no setup on this just yet. But again, it's also pulling back. So I'll be looking for a second down day or a bullish candle here for a continuation to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for here. And we'll see, because again, you've got the longer term downtrend. So this is now exactly the opposite of the other ones we've been looking at. It's got a weekly potential for a trend continuation to the downside. It's a tricky one. Kiwi Yen is a potential setup here to go to the upside. Okay, so a bullish candle tomorrow would also be a good setup. So Kiwi Yen to check. CAD Yen, no clear trend and no real setup there. Swissy Yen, this was such a good uptrend, and it has been for a while. It's potentially just a weekly retracement, so it'll come back down into this area and then go back into a bull mode. So there's no setup at the moment. CAD Swissy, no setup here. That leaves me with going back to the rest of the pairs. So it's been a week. I'd be interested to know how your trading week has been. I think a couple of mine, my entries were a bit premature. My stop loss is a bit close by. Because in many cases, markets, when they signal, they're going to reverse, they reverse. And in other cases, they don't. So, what did I do? I got out of PayPal. Okay, so gold. There we go. So look, gold is definitely stalling at this level. So we said nothing there. That weekly candle not looking great. Silver, boom. Wow, okay. There we go. So we were not expecting that. There were no trades in that. We've been not playing with that. Brent crude, lower high. So look at this, a lower high within that. Okay, so that now looks like a potential short. So why do I say that? I say that because we have a series of low highs, low lows, 50, 20, and 10 in the correct order. We do have a level here I'd have to watch out for. So there's no doubt there's going to be some problems with bouncing at this level. But the other thing I was going to show you is when you see on the weekly candle, when a candle like that closes near the low, the next candle often will follow through on that one, because it's not a very strong rejection. It's like a push up, and then it's actually, I would consider it's slipping, and therefore the next candle continues to go lower. And actually this week's candle is already operating below the close of last week. So think about the logic there. Okay, let's look at the indices. So no, they've dropped. S&P's holding. Nasdaq's pushing. It's all good. Russell not going anywhere. Nothing on the FTSE and nothing much on the DAX. I mean, this is stalling anyway, so we are expecting it to come down. ASX managed to stay where it is, so it's been a kind of a nothing week really for this. And then the Nikkei has done just fine. It's just kind of not going anywhere, but hasn't gone anywhere else. Okay, Apple is just struggling right here, so nothing there. Amazon keeps going. Amazon has been my best performer on my options trades and stock buys at the moment. It's been the best performer, which is great because it just is. Okay, AT&T. No, I'm beginning to know what these look like just by kind of spotting them now from looking at them every day. I'm happy with ARC. It continues to push higher in a healthy form, in a healthy way. Glencore tanking a bit, not looking good. Okay, that's an interesting setup, so just comment on that one. We had a correction. We need a correction. I believe we need to come back further down, so I think we need to kind of head down towards the 260 area, which puts us about here. That's where I kind of think we should be heading down from. But there's your first attempt so what happens is if the market is very hungry, buyers will jump in at the earliest possible after a correction, and this would be the very, we're either going to have a correction to here or we're going to have a bigger correction, and this is the first correction, so the buyers are jumping in, but there might not be enough to turn it around. We'll see. So we'll see. Amex continues to slide lower. Berkshire Hathaway is fine, holding where it is. Coca-Cola, good, had a good day. BP, the dog is destroying. Don't do that. Leave your bed alone. Exxon, wow, tanking. General Motors not doing that well either. JP Morgan is doing okay. It's just staying where it is. We've got we've got Adidas. Yep, there's another. You see, this would be a similar type of thing, where it's trying to set up again and go, but it's definitely bumping its head up in that area. Meta is doing okay. That little cluster of candles. Come here. Gotcha. Sorry. Now you can see what's causing all the trouble. Hey. You're misbehaving. Hey? Chewing your bed. This is why you can't have nice stuff. Okay. So help me do the scan. Okay. So we have got. Look up. Here's the camera. What's this? There's the camera. Okay. So Meta. There's another setup there. So I'm just gonna highlight it. I don't think it's a great one. Morgan Stanley continues to drop. Nvidia is looking okay. Wow, there we go. We got our breakout. Netflix, there we go. Got the breakout. So that's looking good. I'm very happy with that. Netflix is doing well. PayPal I closed out of. It's fine. Spotify, it looks good, but it needs a bit of a correction now. Spider's looking fine. FedEx is looking a bit weak at the moment. I think it's going to... we'll see what happens. Tesla, struggling. Well, just staying where it is. Not struggling. Vanguard, staying where it is. Cryptos, yeah. Cryptos. Breaking lower. Okay, cool. So this is more, I would see this more as a weekly kind of a correction at this time. Okay, at this time in Ethereum. Ethereum also dropping lower. Okay, so crypto's looking weak. And Usman, you said that. You get credit for that as well. That's it. Guys, there's nothing else really of any excitement that I'm seeing that I really like. I'm going to leave you with that. But yeah, there's some stuff as well, but it's been a bit choppy. It's not always like this, but you just kind of stick to your rules and go through it and push your way through on this. And the only one that I saw of interest today possibly would be crude oils. Outside of currencies, crude oil potential move to the downside. So I'll leave you with that. But yeah, thank you very much and have a great evening.